excited, it is back. The hooptie is here and it's time to get to work. Well, all kind of kidding aside, it is back and we are going to get to work today, finally. So as you know, if you were watching our previous video, did the brakes, did the suspension, and then brought it to Tri-State and they kind of finished the job all for me. We ended up replacing almost every bushing, every, end links, whatever you can think of, we did. And now it's time to do a little bit of cosmetic and also some safety stuff too. So what we're gonna end up doing is pulling the majority of this interior out. As you can see, they put in this beautiful Sparco steering wheel on a quick release hub. And we just have some seats to pull out, harness bar to put in, new seat to be put in. But that's gonna be for another day. Today, what we're gonna be doing is replacing this front end. So this is the older front end, 94 to 97. Came with this front bumper, and we're gonna update it to an 98 to 01 front bumper because it's just easier with the lips and splitters to make them work. So that's what I decided to do. And I just so happen to find a 98 to 01 bumper that is black. And we got some new headlights so you can see they're nice and clear. And on top of that, wait, there's more. We got a carbon fiber hood. Don't mind, it's just dusty from coming here in my truck, but we ended up having to put, we're gonna have to just put some hood pins in because this hood was drilled out 4 hood pins. That's fine. You don't wanna really run a carbon fiber hood really anywhere without them because they're notorious for flying up and just breaking everywhere. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's get to work. Made quick work of that, but I'm not wearing the right clothes. I don't know what I was thinking wearing this stuff today. I honestly wasn't even thinking about doing this today, but I wanted to make a good video. I haven't had one in quite some time, and since the car is back, I'm kind of excited to work on it with the bumper, hood, and headlights. I think this car is just gonna look a lot nicer. It's a piece of junk right now. So, pretty easy to do. If you wanna do this, it's 2 10mm bolts. You have your screws all the way down here. There's 2 10mm under the car. You could see this like splash guard that's not on the new bumper. And so the new bumper is gonna be a little bit lighter weight because it's been cut up too. I didn't mention this bumper was on, I guess, the turbo car at the time. So they cut you can see all the grill pieces here don't exist on that car or this bumper. They cut everything out, so it's fine. For this car, it's fine. I just wanted to get something that was the newer front end and it somewhat matches. It's not the same color black, but at least it's black instead of, I mean, that was black too. This might be for, what am I doing? I'm wasting my time. No, just kidding. Anyway, we also got these plugs that I'm gonna have to fix. Probably when they put the new bumper on, they broke the clip or something. So they had to get that plug and just taped it instead of doing it the right way, which is soldering. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up all this stuff while I take it apart, just because it looks better. And if you have to go to take it apart again, which it's a race car, so it will be taken apart a bunch of times, it'll be just cleaner. So let me get to work doing that. Headlights are pretty simple to take out. You just got the 2 plugs in the back and 2 10mm bolts. And we got them out. So I say that, and then this one doesn't want to go because it's blocked by. Let's do this. I wish I brought with me, but again, I told you, I wasn't really planning on doing this. New bolts. I've got a bunch of them, 10mm. And this one has the bracket down here. So I lied to you. one's broken, and that's why it was missing. Well, we'll have to put some. It's probably why it's broken. Somebody just decided we're gonna break it instead of actually doing this the right way. Let's get this off. And one more. So I put one headlight on just so you can kind of get an idea, and I'm going to show you how that goes. You got the 2 bolts here and the 2 10mm down in there. You can kind of see them. So 100 times better. I already test fitted the bumper. It's going to look so much better. I mean, it's so stupid and simple to just have a front bumper that matches, but it's just nice to have, and it just looks better, updated, and I think it's just gonna make the car a better car in general. So one more headlight to put on. We're gonna put the bumper on. I don't have the clips, so one of the things that I'm talking about is the clips that actually go on this bumper. Because there's nothing to hold it in here, the structure was cut out of it. I have to make sure that the clip is actually holding that fog light on, or the blinker on. Now, I don't really need blinkers in this car. It's a track car, but it's still gonna be streetable, and I'd like to be able to use this car as like a drive to the track type deal. So want all that stuff to be functional, just so it can also compete in certain classes like street and that sort of stuff, which honestly, all the rules kind of get muddied up as the competition gets harder and harder and harder in certain classes. They kind of like I shouldn't say, because everybody's doing it, so they just sort of let people get away with stuff. But let's get this other headlight on, front bumper on, and go from there. Other headlights on. You can see so much better already with these headlights. But a little bit frustrating with that little bolt in there, but same thing, 2 10mm up top. And then of course you're gonna wanna adjust them. I don't really care, because again, I'm gonna be not really streeting this car very often. It's not a car that I wanna even drive on the street, but I do wanna be able to drive it to the track. So I will maybe mess around with them, adjust them a little bit, but you gotta do that at night, and you gotta do it up against the wall. So I'll do that when I can, but for now, we're just getting everything pretty much mocked up on here, because the front end's gonna probably have to come off again. Wanna replace the radiator. Probably just gonna remove the air conditioner at this point. I'm not 100% sure. I may keep it just because why not? But I just wanted to make sure everything fit, had no issues. So we're gonna throw the front bumper on and see what it looks like, and then the hood goes on. Well, here's the final product. So I did end up going and put the carbon fiber hood on, and I forgot to turn the camera on. So I don't have any footage of that, but you can see it looks so much better now than it did before. These fenders are just so bad. I do have to get some fenders, and I'm wondering if I just get new ones and have them painted, or if I just keep my eyes open and when a couple of black ones pop up. There was ones that popped up, but they're like in upstate New York, and they're like 2.5 hours away. And with what's going on with work and everything, I just didn't want to take the time to go. I had to actually go all the way to Delaware for the bumper. Luckily, the hood was one of my buddies, and I got the headlights off of eBay. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's a huge transformation, I think, and for relatively cheap. The bumper was a couple $100. The headlights were a couple $100, and the hood was about $600. And we're gonna throw some arrow catch hood pins on here. And once the fenders are on, I gotta tell you, I think this thing's really gonna start looking pretty good. There is some rot on the quarter panel that I'd like to have addressed, just so it doesn't get worse. But I don't wanna make this car perfect. I just want it to look presentable and run really well. That's the goal, is to just make this thing run really well, dependable seat car that I can just hop in and have fun with. So that's pretty much it, guys. You know, for the next one, we're gonna be doing interior stuff, getting rid of some of this interior, getting rid of the back seats, passenger seat, and driver's seat. Obviously, we're gonna be throwing in the racing seat and a harness bar. And we got so much more going on, and more stuff to come with the MR2, and some updates on the Silver Integra too. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you for watching, and you know the deal. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.